And we are going to cut across straight to the press conference being held by the External Affairs Ministry. Let's listen into what they have to say.
We had, post those developments, we said that we take safety of our peacekeepers very seriously, and we had called for that all action must be taken for the maintenance of the safety of UNIFIL premises and so on and so forth. We have also called for, as I told you, safety of our peacekeepers. There were some reports about some skin rashes, some people getting, the peacekeepers who were impacted, getting some skin rashes, etc. On that, UNIFIL has issued a statement. They have not shared any report with us. But to let you know that in that particular zone, we didn't have any of our Indian troops, but we continue to call for safety of our troops. Ayushi, regarding a question on the comments made by several countries, I would like to say that, we have made our position very clear on this particular matter. You would have seen that several press releases have been issued in the last 2 days, putting out our position, which we are very clear that since September of 2023, the Canadian government has not shared any shred of information with us. Yesterday, again, after the public inquiry, public hearing, we had again issued a statement saying that Canada has leveled serious allegations, but has so far not given any evidence to back it up. Regarding your question on the comments made, I would allude to the comments made by the State Department. We would say that as far as the allegations are concerned, PM Trudeau's own admission yesterday would indicate the value. As regards our stance on the allegations, we will naturally reject false imputations against our diplomats. Yeshi, regarding a question, you would have seen we had summoned the Acting High Commissioner of Canada, and thereafter conveyed that we had no faith that the Canadian government will look after the safety of our diplomats, and therefore we had taken a decision to withdraw our High Commissioner and along with him 5 other diplomats. Subsequent to that, we saw that there was a communication from the Canadian side asking them to leave, but we had withdrawn our diplomats before their decision. On your question as to where we see this particular relationship going, well, to tell you very frankly, India-Canada ties, economic ties, are very strong and vibrant. We have a lot of Canadian pension funds who are invested here. We have a large Indian diaspora in Canada, which is the bridge through which we maintain very strong people-to-people links with Canada. We have a large, possibly the largest cohort of international students in Canada as well. We hope, this particular crisis has been precipitated by Trudeau government's baseless allegations. We hope, so that is how we look at the issue that you raised, how we see the relationship going forward. And let me tell you also, Canada is a major beneficiary of all these linkages, strong linkages that we have. तो आपके सुप्रीम कोर्ट के मामले के बारे में मैंने नहीं देखा है कि उन्होंने क्या कहा, लेकिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो मामला होता है तो वो लीगल मामला होता है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट उच्च न्यायालय के मामले में टिप्पणी करना ठीक नहीं होता है. वो जो उनका मान है, जो वो जिस प्रकार का मामला बाहर, जैसे उस मामले में सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो राय है उसको माना जाएगा. Reza, on your question, whether any conversation regarding cricket happened or not, I would say nothing of that sort happened. Shall we go forward? And the reports that you saw were not accurate also. Aditya?
Mr. Jaiswal, I have two questions related. One is on TVI Network yesterday broke a story about Lawrence Bishnoi and his gang members in Canada, the details of which we believe have been shared with the Canadian side over the last 3 years. Could you please share details of how many extradition requests have gone out from India to Canada in the last 3 years, and whether there's been any positive response, because Justin Trudeau yesterday mentioned about Lawrence Bishnoi and said that we are taking action. Secondly, we've also seen attacks on journalists taking place in Canada. We've seen Rishi Nagar, a journalist, being attacked in Calgary in a Gurudwara by Khalistani radicals. We, in the past, have seen attacks on Sameer Kaushal and Deepak Punj as well. How do you react to these attacks on Canadian journalists of Indian origin, and what does this say about the freedom of expression in Canada? Thank you.
Okay. Ajay?
Hi, Ajay Banerjee from the Tribune. Sir, the U.S. State Department last night issued a statement that one of the Indian government officials has been removed from service of the Indian government. Could you please clarify who the official is? Can you name? Is it the same person named at CC1 in the Department of Justice indictment?
Okay. Please.
Hi there, Salima Shivji from CBC News. So you say on the Indian side that there is no clear evidence that has been presented by Canadian authorities, but Canada's RCMP and other authorities have said that they have presented detailed evidence in meetings with top Indian officials. So how do you explain that disconnect and the wildly different stories from each side? And as well, with this entire dispute sort of being disputed in public with some bitter statements on each side, do you think that is the correct way to dial down the tensions in this relationship?
Okay. Pranay?
सर प्रणय उपाध्याय अमर उजाला से मेरे दो सवाल हैं। पहला सवाल तो इस चीज़ को लेकर है कि कनाडा के साथ में कितनी एक्सट्रेडिशन रिक्वेस्ट हमारी पेंडिंग है, और खासतौर पर हरदीप सिंह निज्जर समेत कितनी एक्सट्रेडिशन रिक्वेस्ट पेंडिंग है, उस पर अभी तक क्या रिस्पांस रहा है। दूसरा सवाल इस चीज़ को लेकर है कि 6 महीने पहले कनाडा सरकार की तरफ से कहा गया था, आरसीएमपी की तरफ से, कि 4 लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है जिनकी आइडेंटिटी इंडियन बताई गई थी। क्या इन इंडियंस के लिए भारत के काउंसलेट ने कोई काउंसलर एक्सेस मांगा था? अगर मांगा था तो उनसे जानकारी में क्या हासिल हुआ है? क्या वो भारतीय नागरिक हैं?
Okay, Samira.
Samir Hussain, BBC News. Will you release the names of the diplomats that India says that they have brought back to India, the Canadian diplomats? India has released the names of the Canadian diplomats that were expelled from the country. So wondering if the same will happen. And also, to follow up on Salima's question about the detail, about the several meetings that the RCMP has said that they have had, and that India has been presented with this evidence. I mean, the most recent meeting was a meeting in Singapore that is widely reported. And that meeting went on for several hours, much longer than was originally anticipated. I'm wondering what was actually discussed in that meeting if you were not presented with any evidence.
Okay. So first, Aditya, to your question on extradition request and Lawrence Bishnoi gang. So as far as my information is concerned, there are 26 extradition requests pending with the Canadian side. These are over the last decade or more. Along with it, there are several provisional arrest requests which are also pending with the Canadian side of several criminals. Some of the notable ones who've been charged with terror and related crimes, I would like to name them. They are Gurjeet Singh, Gurjinder Singh, Gurpreet Singh, Lakhbir Singh Landa, and Arshdeep Singh Gill. They are wanted in terror charges, as I told you, and also some related charges. We have shared security-related information with the Canadian government regarding gang members, including those of Lawrence Bishnoi gang, and requested them to arrest them and or to take due action as per law. So far, while we have exchanged and given these information, so far no action has been taken by the Canadian side on our request. This is very serious. Also, I would like to say that we find it really strange that now the people who we asked to be deported, on whom we asked that action be taken, we are being told that they are the ones, or RCMP is blaming Indian side that these people are committing crimes in Canada for which you are to be blamed. So this is a contradiction in terms which we don't understand. I just have here, there are several people, but for the sake of brevity, I would like to outline what I just informed you. The notable ones are Gurjeet Singh, Gurjinder Singh, Gurpreet Singh, Lakhbir Singh Landa, and Arshdeep Singh.
Well, that is the MEA spokesperson, Randhir Jaiswal, who is speaking on various important subjects, especially the admission by Trudeau government, where they have admitted to the fact that they have not really shared any tangible evidence when it comes to the Nijjar's killing and India's involvement is concerned. But interestingly, he also speaks about how the Indian authority has shared with their counterpart the details of 26 such requests that are remaining pending with the Canadian side for the wanted criminals in connection to terror charges, which also includes Lawrence Bishnoi gang members, urging upon the Canadian authority to take appropriate action or extradite them. Well, that is the MEA spokesperson, Randhir Jaiswal, issuing a statement on the same.